Hey and welcome back to Vita versus 3DS. As you can see here, we are taking a small break from reviewing Vita or 3DS products to look over the Moga Pro for Android devices. So, traditionally my channel philosophy has always been about either 3DS or Vita, and I have included this phone, but only in comparisons to the Vita or 3DS when that happens. This isn't because of my channel philosophy, or the reason why I haven't been reviewing mobile games isn't because of my channel philosophy. It's because I can't stand mobile games. I can't stand games that I have to rub my fingers on a screen to control some analog stick that's not really there. Or buttons or hit buttons that's not really there. I don't feel that that's an ideal way to control the games that I like to play and that many of you like to play, and I'm sure many of you agree. So that's why I'm happy and ecstatic actually to receive this device. So I'm going to go over the advantages and disadvantages after I show you guys how it works. So before the video, I already paired it up through Bluetooth, so this little green icon over there shows that it's paired up with my device. So we're just going to get into it here. This latch holds your phone. My Galaxy Note 2 is a very large phone, and it does accommodate it. So I'm sure it even accommodates phones that are larger too. So it should have no problem holding any of your Android phones. So it's in there. I'm going to boot up, I guess, Dead Trigger. That's one of the games that is natively supported. So here, as you can see, it already has the controller layout for me. It knows that it's paired up. Let's just jump into a mission here. So, this game I really wrote off right away. I downloaded it, I played it for a bit, and I stopped playing it because I could not stand rubbing my fingers on a screen to control virtual sticks. But as you can see here with this, it is so much better. I've actually had fun yesterday playing through this game and everything. So it's actually much more playable now. I heard some people talk about the lag present in some of the some of their playthroughs. They said there's some lag on my Galaxy tablet when they pair the Moga Pro up with it. So that was a big worry of mine, because lag is, you don't want lag in your controller inputs. Like you're not gonna have anything good. But to be honest, I've played Nova 3, I've played Modern Combat 4, I've played Pac-Man, and I've noticed no lag in any of those with my Note 2. So it may be a phone problem, like how fast the Bluetooth is on those phones, and that determines it. But I go as far as to say any new phone shouldn't be running into these issues. But yeah, it's very responsive in all the games that I've played. And to be honest, like many of the games that I just couldn't stand before, like this one or the Modern Combat games or the Nova games, I actually had fun yesterday playing them, which is really weird. Because I can actually control it like how I would on a Vita or on PS3. So anyway, so that's enough of that. So yeah, so we're going to talk about some of the build upsides and build downsides. So basically, it feels really good, the device. It feels like an Xbox controller. It's the same shape, the sticks are clickable, which is great. The buttons are nice and big, and you can press them and they feel good. The D-pad's okay. It's not great, but it's not bad at all. The R1 and L1 are good. The start and select are well placed. The R2 and L2 feel good, but there's a little issue with my L2 button, which maybe you'll be able to hear. It squeaks. My R2 button's okay, but the L2 button, it squeaks. But that's okay. I'm going to maybe oil that up or something like that, or put some lubrication in there or something so it doesn't do that anymore. That's not a game breaker. Otherwise, it feels good. It's a little light, of course, because it doesn't have vibration motors, but that's okay. It feels like about the same weight as the 6-axis controller in the first generation of PlayStation 3s. So, it has two modes. One, which is the mode A, which I was using, that is for games which natively support the controller. There's about 20 of them. And mode B is HID mode, and that's for games that don't natively support it. So that would work with any game, but it varies on how well that it will actually work. So basically, would I recommend this? Yes, I would recommend it to any 3DS or Vita or dedicated handheld fan who can't stand the way mobile games play, but who feel like they're missing out, for example. That's how I felt. When I got my phone, the first thing I did was jumped into Modern Combat 3 at the time, Nova 3, and like I just wanted to see what I was missing, and I quickly found out in about 10 minutes of each game that I wasn't missing much. What I was missing was mushing my fingers on a screen, and really, like, that's just no way to play. And I'm really happy that this came out, and it works so well. And another downside, I guess, is I hopped online in I think the game's called Shadowgun and Modern Combat 4 and Nova 3, and I just killed everybody. Now, I don't mean to brag. Like, maybe I'm decent at games. I tend to have a positive kill death ratio, maybe like a 1.3 or like a 1.5 or something like that in most first person shooters or shooters in general. When I hop in on the first day with everyone else, but there is no way I should be going positive on a game that has been out for a long time with people who've playing it for a while, and that I should just hop in as a noob and end up positive in those matches. Not let alone the kill death ratio is putting up, like, I think I was above a 2 in every game. I was never under a 2.0 kill death ratio, and that's primarily because of this controller. I feel like it's almost an unfair advantage to people who I'm running around shooting them jump shots and everything while they're like trying to spin around and find me on their virtual on-screen buttons. So maybe Gameloft or some of these companies can make rooms that only have controller support for people who have controllers, so that way it'll be more fair. I still had fun though killing those people, so I'm not going to complain too much. So what does this mean for the channel? I will be reviewing and comparing some mobile games to Vita and 3DS games. So, for example, I can finally do the Modern Combat 4 versus Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified comparison, and I can finally do, eventually, the either Nova 3 or Nova 4, if it comes out, versus Killzone Mercenary comparison. I've always wanted to do first-person shooter comparisons on these devices, but the problem is that 3DS has not been getting them at all. And it likely won't, because the CirclePad Pro is an attachment and not everyone has it, and it's kind of a risk to do first-person shooters on 3DS, and nobody likes controlling it with the stylus. So anyway, I mean, I'm just happy to be able to finally compare those games to something, and I will. Anyway, so bottom line for this controller is that, again, if you're a 3DS and Vita fan who likes buttons, you always wanted, let's say if you always wanted to try mobile games, but you don't want to mush your fingers on the screen, go pick this up. It's about $50. There's a $40 version of this controller that's a little smaller, doesn't have the D-pad. I don't think the sticks are clickable, but it's a decent controller, and I've seen good reviews on that. So if you're not so serious about it, go pick up that one. But this is a good controller for Android devices. Nice, comfortable, not many downsides, and if you want to play Android games, go pick it up. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.